Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking. It's the weekend. I think we're all a little glad to have the weekend. Tomorrow I have the tarot class. I'm really looking forward to spending time with the people that are coming for tarot lessons. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and if you're following me on TikTok or you're here from TikTok, a big welcome to you too. Thank you for your support over there. That's been a little mad and a little crazy just at the least. Couple of things I want to say for today. A beautiful person sent me across the Lenormand cards and has now sent me the Lenormand book as well, which I'm really pleased with. So thank you so much for that. And it's my next crush, as it were. And also I received this beautiful gift yesterday. Now, I absolutely love hand cream anyway, so that went a long way with me. But what came along with the hand cream was something absolutely beautiful. And I want to show you this because the person who bought it must have really looked into my soul. So I've thanked her personally. But just have a look at these are the earrings. And knowing how much I love my earrings. But it actually has a beautiful necklace to go with it. Look at this. So thank you again for that. It was such a beautiful surprise. And as soon as I get an opportunity to wear it, I certainly will. But thanks for the hand cream as well, because I actually love my hand cream, so that was beautiful. All right, let's just get straight into this. A big thank you to the people at Port Kembla yesterday who hosted me in the cafe. I had a beautiful day with you. It was lovely to share time with like-minded people, so it certainly was a beautiful pleasure, and so good to meet some of you as well. I'm really looking forward to my adventure there. I was told years ago that I would work out of a cafe. I guess it's taken me a long time to get through my personal work and my personal growth. So I feel very ready for anything now. So very happy to be on that journey. All right, let's get into your What's Cracking reading. We're using the Cosmic Tarot for this reading. I think I've said all my thank yous. All right. Oh, just a quick reminder, Goulburn on the 2nd of May, Merryweather in Newcastle on the 20th of June. And I'm heading off to Brisbane in a couple of weeks. I'm still looking for a location, but a beautiful person sent me some hints and tips yesterday, so I'm going to follow them up today too. So hopefully we can get a venue. I think I have probably maybe 6 or 8 people have asked me for a reading while I'm up there, so I should be able to fill a day up at least, which is amazing. So it'd be really lovely to get to meet you all. All right, let's get into it. Okay. Oh, okay. 2 of Cups coming straight through. So the 2 of Cups is a soulmate card. And a soulmate can be anybody that you have a very close relationship with, a friend, a family member, somebody you work with. It can talk about partnerships. But this particular person is very aligned with you in terms of your ethics and the way you see your world. So there's sort of a very powerful connection here that we're talking about. Now, if this is romantic, of course, soulmates being romantic can be, you know, something that's around for the long term. It can be something that lasts a shorter while. That's just there to teach you something about yourself or something that you need to learn. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles coming through. I sort of getting a lot of messages with this 5 of Pentacles here today. So I feel like some of you have either stepped away from someone that you had a close bond with, and maybe for good reason with the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like for others of you, you may be disappointed because you haven't met the person who sort of floats your boat. But I feel like others of you may have had some sort of disappointment here in a situation because there sort of feels like an emptiness here. So maybe there was some sort of relationship or something that you just couldn't get off the ground. It feels like some of you were unsatisfied by something. We do have the Six of Wands coming through. So if this is the case and this story is yours and you've had a close relationship with someone that's just dwindled, fallen apart or broken apart, I feel like somehow or another there was a lot of lessons learned in this situation because of the Six of Wands here. So you may have learned something really important from this person, something that's going to move you forward on your pathway. Okay, so you could have been dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo here. Something was very slow moving here and it's completed the cycle here. All right, I feel like you've been through some sort of situation with somebody here that was destined to be in your life, but not really for the long term. Perhaps to help you move forward, help you on your path, help you to realize something. And I feel like this has sort of fallen apart, but there is something that's come out of it that's really, really important, that's helped you grow, and possibly the other person as well. So there's sort of like a lot of growth in here, even that it perhaps didn't go anywhere. So I feel that you've taken away from this, whether it's a family member or friend or somebody that you've pulled away from. The other thing I get is that maybe you met someone and had a really good connection with them, but you met them while you were on holidays, or you've met them, maybe you've even met them online, because there's sort of like this feeling of having distance now. And for some of you, I feel like this is emotional distance. Maybe you just couldn't emotionally connect. But it also feels to me like for some of you, you may have met someone who was, I don't know, in your town for work or whatever, and had to go home, because there's sort of like this energy of distance, which could also be physical distance. It could be too that you met this person and there was some sort of cultural difference, age difference, some sort of energy of having this bridge or this gap or this chasm that you couldn't work with. And I feel like you've had to go on your way. But whatever this is, it's taught you something really strong about yourself. Now, I'm feeling like the readings that we were doing, maybe earlier this week, maybe going into the end of last week, we're talking about somebody teaching you a lesson. And maybe this is what's happened either this week or recently, and you're starting to look back now and go, hang on a moment, I understand why I met that person now. But something here has changed you. Okay, again with the Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. It's a very, very stable, it could be work for some of you. Maybe you worked with someone. Maybe you had a short working time with someone, and now you've had to move on from that. But whatever you've done here, you've taken away some lessons. This has helped you to become more grounded, more stable, but more comfortable with who you are. So this person somehow or another fulfilled a part of you that perhaps you weren't fulfilling for yourself. So it may be that they invested something in you which made you feel a little bit more like you were heading in the right direction. Maybe they supported you to move in the right direction. There has been some sort of energy here. And I'm also wondering if this person could have been a counselor, somebody you had a really good connection with. Whoever this person is, they've been instrumental in your journey. There's some sort of faith that's been restored here. Some sort of belief in yourself that's really, I don't know, cemented something for you. All right, we have the Tower energy. You're rebuilding here. Beautiful. Look at this. Two of Swords. King of Swords. I love that we have two kings, like bookmarking the end of the reading. I feel like you're rebuilding now. So I feel like this Tower has already been, I almost want to say, instrumented by this person. There has been something this person has done to sort of awaken you to something, or brought you around to, and this may not have happened for you yet. But there's like a stripping back now and a rebuilding of yourself. Somehow or another, this connection has helped you move forward on your journey. They've helped you to see into something here. because you've been able to strip something back and restart. And now you have a choice coming through. Some sort of choice here with the Two of Swords. But you can see it differently now because you have all of the information here. The moon is full. It is shedding light on something for you here. And you've got a decision now to make. Now, it could be in regards to a love interest. It could be in regards to a decision around some sort of, it could be a decision around divorce, some sort of legal proceedings here. Could be a decision around a person. But whatever this decision is here, you're seeing it differently. See, you're seeing it from a higher perspective here. I think this is really interesting energy to follow up after that. Because it could be you stepping into this King of Swords energy and wielding that sword for a greater purpose. Maybe you've got a clearer vision of where you want to go now, but something's changed for you here. All right, so we have the Five of Swords coming through with the Four of Cups and the High Priestess. Wow. You are completely seeing things from a different perspective now. Completely seeing things from a different perspective. Some of you may have walked away from this person for a good reason, or deliberately, or because it was part of the plan. But I feel like you, whatever happened here, you've gained so much from this maybe brief encounter. Maybe it was a bit longer. And maybe now you've understood that there are certain things in your life that you really don't have room for anymore. I feel like you've sort of gained this, I don't know whether it's a belief in yourself, but you're starting to really understand your intuition now. You're trusting something. All right, we have the Chariot coming through with the Eight of Cups. Look at this, Nine of Pentacles. This is definitely moving forward. I feel like you've started to understand how to do things differently, but it's like you've learned to have belief in yourself, trust in yourself, something much deeper than you did before. Whoever this person is, whoever this situation is, or whatever this situation was, has helped you now to build a better foundation for the future. Because now you're building it in a very different way. Because, for example, if you now believe in yourself, that tower will be much stronger this time around. But there's something that's come in here. You could have had an epiphany here. Because I see you really forging your way forward now. And maybe you were reluctant to take chances before. Maybe you were reluctant to take risks. I want to dig a bit deeper here because I feel like it's I need to get the messages across to you here. I feel like you've had a connection with somebody. Now, this could have been a brief or a long term. It doesn't matter. Something's happened that you've moved away from this person, whether there was distance between you, whether you weren't satisfied by this, whatever it is, you've walked away from something here. It's possible they could have left you too, I guess. But now you're sort of recognizing something within yourself. I feel this is you seeing something that you couldn't before. Maybe this is something to do with courage or brave. I don't like the word brave. It's a little bit judgmental. There's sort of this energy of, I want to say gathering speed here. Really sort of seeing the future differently, more succinctly. And I feel like there is something happening here that's going to help you close out some sort of cycle. Because you're stepping into your Queen of Wands energy and there's celebration around this. I feel like somehow or another this person has helped you to find an aspect of yourself that you weren't seeing before. They've helped you sort of dig into something. And it may have been them doing or saying something, but it may have been inadvertent too. You may have decided that, you know, from this energy, from this whatever it was that had happened, you may have seen something yourself that you saw differently. Because you're stepping into the Nine of Pentacles energy and you're walking away from something here. And it's trusting your intuition. It's trusting your, it's like you now believe in yourself. It's like you have this depth of understanding who you are. And now there's forward movement. So if you've been stuck, and I do note that some of the other readers on YouTube have been talking about this period of feeling stuck. I feel like you were waiting to get this energy from somebody that had been, I guess, instigated by the universe to put you back into your trusted self. I just want to know why this decision. I don't know if it is a decision. I think it's a choice to walk in a different direction. And obviously that was destined for you on your pathway, but I think that you were maybe having trouble waking up to it, seeing it, maybe. But you're doing exceptionally well now. This is at the peak of the reading. All right, let's get a little bit of depth into this. 10 of Wands. So there's some sort of cycle now closing out as a result of this. And I feel maybe for some of you, it's just letting go of anxiety, letting go of fear, maybe understanding how you've been holding yourself back here through your own limitations. Maybe you're letting go of a limitation here. Okay, because you're definitely closing out a cycle with the World card. 8 of Pentacles coming through with the 8 of Wands. Wow, I love the 8's energies. They're really powerful here. All right, one more. And the Star. You're back on your path. All right. So I feel like here that maybe you were paused for a while. Maybe the universe had you in some sort of holding pattern because you needed new information before moving forward. I feel like it's a bit like updating a computer. You know, maybe you've been waiting for an upload so that you could move forward. Because it's come now. It's here. It's been. And I feel like for some of you now, it is putting you in this new energy. And you're moving in the right direction now. I'm sure you're doing that with a lot of confidence, I want to say. Maybe this person restored some sense of confidence within you. Whatever this 9 of Swords energy is for you. It's some sort of negativity that's been hanging around you. And as I said, it could be a limiting belief. But I feel like sometimes this is just not believing in yourself. But maybe you haven't really understood what that was before. Maybe that was the part that the universe kept saying you were having trouble seeing. Or that needed to be addressed. And they were saying it was going to come through somebody else. Somebody was going to give you that gift to help you move forward. So maybe a lot of you have been waiting for that. Because you're definitely moving in the right direction now. But what I love the most is it closed out a cycle for you. And for many of you, this has been a long time coming. All right, let's pull you an oracle card. There's a sense of accomplishment here, I want to say. A sense of feeling like you've dropped your mask. Okay, I got it now. Look at this. Behind a mask. Some of you have released the mask that was holding you back. Wow, that is so powerful. Okay, so, a lot of people really don't get into the understanding of what a mask is. And a mask can be something that you put on a long time ago. It's an ego element. So the mask may have been, we all do this in elements of our life, okay? And some of that is okay as long as you learn to be yourself without the mask on. Because sometimes we might put a mask on, say if we were an actor and we had to play a different role. You may put a mask on if you're in a position where you've got to work with somebody different, that you need to have a certain type of way of working with them. Say for children, I always call them hats rather than masks, but when you're working with children, you may use different language. You could use a different part of your personality, so you may act in a slightly different way when you're around little children. You may do that in your work. You may do that if you're working with a certain group of people. I don't really think of that as a mask, but maybe sometimes that is necessary for you. But for a lot of you here, the mask has come because you are not fully comfortable with showing the world who you are. So maybe you don't feel the love for yourself, and maybe you have some shame that's buried deep within you that makes you feel you can't be true to who you are. And we've been talking about this for a long while, being able to remove this mask and stand in your truth, being comfortable with who you are, being able to say what you want to say with no fear of retribution, being able to take those leaps of faith without having some judgment made on you. So when the mask comes off, you are standing in your truth. You are who you are meant to be. But we put this mask on because somehow or another we've gathered some sort of fear along the way. It's our ego, and it covers up who we truly are. When you start to become more spiritual and more aware of the world, you can actually see people wearing masks. But it's not often obvious to them that they are doing it because it's become a natural part of their life. All right, let's have a look what that's coming up as. 3, intention. You know, sometimes I'm really still quite taken back by Spirit and how they send the cards out at the right time. I still think that they pause in time or something and throw the card into the deck so that I pull it out. It still blows me away how often the oracle card sits so beautifully with the reading. What an amazing time we live in. All right, let's have a look at this card. It's a long reading this morning. All right. A woman wears an elegant mask that covers the top half of her face. It hides her identity beautifully. Even her friends won't be able to recognize her. This card reveals an important conflict in your intentions. You have times when your view of yourself is so depleted, you believe you must hide who you are and pretend to be someone you're not. This gets you into a whole lot of mental messes. You compare yourself to others, always competing and often losing in your own mind. Your perfectionism can create performance anxiety and cause you to worry about what others think. Worst of all, this ongoing current of self-judgment becomes a raging, energetic river that pushes your goals away. It's absolutely impossible to attract your real desires if you never allow yourself to be the real you. This card is telling you that you can and must shed this false condemnation of yourself. No matter how deep this pattern is, your value comes from your eternal truth, not from others' input. So choose to relax and let the mask go. Open up to Spirit's light within and around you and be yourself. When you accept yourself as you are, no matter what anyone else may think, you will feel completely liberated, perhaps for the first time in your life. So I feel that's what you are doing. That's what this is all about. Somebody just helping you to shift that energy somehow. Somebody who's been sent by the universe to just help you see past it. I'll leave you with that. Have a wonderful weekend.